Matthew Bible, Summary to Genesis 22. The faith of Abraham is proved in offering his son Isaac. Christ our Savior is promised. The generation of Nahor, Abraham's brother. The 22nd chapter. After these deeds, God did prove Abraham, and said unto him, Abraham. And he answered, Here am I. And he said, Take thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee unto the land Moriah, and sacrifice him there for a sacrifice upon one of the mountains which I will show thee. Then Abraham rose up early in the morning, and saddled his ass, and took 2 of his miney with him, and Isaac his son, and clove wood for the sacrifice, and rose up, and got him to the place which God had appointed him. The 3rd day Abraham lifted up his eyes, and saw the place afar off, and said unto his young men, Bide here with the ass. I and the lad will go yonder, and worship, and come again unto you. And Abraham took the wood of the sacrifice, and laid it upon Isaac his son, and took fire in his hand, and a knife, and they went both of them together. Then spake Isaac unto Abraham his father, and said, My father. And he answered, Here am I, my son. And he said, See, here is fire and wood, but where is the sheep for sacrifice? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide him a sheep for sacrifice. So went they both together. And when they came unto the place which God showed him, Abraham made an altar there, and dressed the wood, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar, above upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand, and took the knife to have killed his son. Then the angel of the Lord called unto him from heaven, saying, Abraham, Abraham. And he answered, Here am I. And he said, Lay not thy hands upon the child, neither do anything at all unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, in that thou hast not kept thine only son from me. And Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked about, and behold, there was a ram caught by the horns in a thicket. And he went and took the ram, and offered him up for a sacrifice in the stead of his son. And Abraham called the name of the place, The Lord will see. Wherefore it is a common saying this day, In the mount will the Lord be seen. And the angel of the Lord cried unto Abraham from heaven the 2nd time, saying, By myself have I sworn, saith the Lord, because thou hast done this thing, and hast not spared thy only son, that I will bless thee, and multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and as the sand upon the seaside. And thy seed shall possess the gates of his enemies. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. So turned Abraham again unto his young men, and they rose up and went together to Beerseba. And Abraham dwelt at Beerseba. And it chanced after these things that one told Abraham, saying, Behold, Milcah, she hath also borne children unto thy brother Nachor, Hus his eldest son, and Bus his brother, and Kemuel, the father of the Syrians, and Kesed, and Aso, and Pildas, and Jedlaph, and Betuel. And Betuel begat Rebekah. These 8 did Milcah bear to Nachor, Abraham's brother. And his concubine, called Reumah, she bare also Tebah, Gaam, Kaas, and Maacah.